Activities to mark President Tinubu's first year in office begin with World Press Conference this Wednesday.
300% salary increase for judicial officers at the federal and state levels to come into effect soon.
We are also interested in ensuring a holistic review of our judicial system to respond to the justice needs.
House of Representatives to set up a technical advisory committee on the condition and safety of aircraft in the presidential air fleet.
Our position in the global policy, we need something that will represent our image.
And on Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall discuss new minimum wage saga, way out, plus building capacity for public speaking.
A new minimum wage for workers has been in the front line of national discourse for months. The struggle for a living wage has been a long and arduous one for Nigerian workers, with many facing extreme hardship due to the country's inadequate minimum wage.
Maybe I should ask you, what has been your experience? You're a senior colleague as a civil servant. How's the struggle been?
I shall ask you.
I'm much younger, so the suffering has been.
Well, like they say, I mean, they believe that we are, a bee above the ladder. We should be more comfortable than you guys.
All right. You said it all, so maybe I should just stay on what you have said. The Nigerian government actually established the Minimum Wage Act, setting the minimum wage at 125 naira, approximately around $0.3 US per month. And in 1990, labor unions and workers began advocating for an increase in the minimum wage due to rising inflation and cost of living.
That's true, Henry. From protests to negotiations, the story of minimum wage in Nigeria since 1999. From 2,000 naira, the minimum wage was reviewed upwards to 5,500 and 7,500 under the Obasanjo administration. And in
2011, the minimum wage was reviewed upwards to 18,000 naira. And that was in the good luck at Jonathan administration. And in 2019, the minimum wage was reviewed upward to 30,000 naira.
Well, the Nigerian government announced this year that a new minimum wage regime will come into force on April 1st, 2024. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, disclosed this in Abuja, saying the current 30,000 naira minimum wage would expire at the end of March 2024.
And if you like, you can check your calendar again. We are in May, and of course, the civil servants are here to see the new minimum wage. Well, the new minimum wage setting in Nigeria has been dominated by the approach used by Shehu Shagari in 1981, Obasanjo in 2000, and Goodluck Jonathan in 2011. Also, the federal government formed a 37-member tripartite committee to reassess the national minimum wage, which is not only mandated by the Constitution, but also due to the removal of fuel subsidy. And if you like, you can add electricity subsidy also.
You can say that again.
You're a Band-Aid consumer. How's it been paying your bills?
Then let's go there. But I think it's better now. It's better now. On May 1st, 2024, Nigerian workers anxiously looked forward to the announcement of the new minimum wage, but that did not happen, as we were told that the tripartite committee had not arrived at a new minimum wage.
Shockingly, on Wednesday, 15th of May, the organized labor rejected 48,000 naira national minimum wage that the federal government proposed for Nigerian workers. President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joseph Ajaero, and Deputy President of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, Tomi Okon, made this known to newsmen in Abuja after representatives of the organized labor walked out of the tripartite National Minimum Wage Committee meeting.
That's really a serious issue, you know.
Very serious.
How would they be able to now resolve the issue?
Nobody are issued. There's news that the federal government is calling them back on the table.
Anyway, they said the proposal brought forward by the representatives of the government fell short of the needs and aspiration of workers. The labor leaders have given government 2 weeks to reconsider its position and come back to the negotiating table with a wage that reflects current realities in the country.
Current realities, of course, that's really broad. Now, the organized labor is proposing 615,000 naira national minimum wage, which it says is based on evidence and data it collected. And of course, listening to labor leaders, they say that 615,000 will probably take care of a family with 4 children, a man and a wife with 4 children.
How realistic would that be for government to be able to pay that? Anyway, that we'll be able to discuss. One question remains: will the government finally heed the call of its citizens and implement a wage that reflects the true value of their labor? As the Tripartite Committee reconvenes today, will the committee conclude and arrive at a minimum wage that will be acceptable to both labor and government? Our guests are standing by to provide answers. Welcome to the program. I am Ademola Adeoye.
Of course, the minimum wage is not all we'll be talking about today, Ademola, in as much as I would have loved it to be the only topic, because we need to dissect and, of course, make known what we feel as workers. But we'll also be discussing about building capacity for public speaking, and that's in the second part of the program. I'm Henry John. I also joined my colleague, my senior colleague, I must say, who I should say congratulations to for attaining the new level in the civil service. Of course.
Thank you.
I'm sure there will be so much to drink and eat today. All right, it's Good Morning Nigeria. Let's get on to bring you all that we've got package for you. It's a swell package, I must tell you. Chukudi is already around, can hear him. Of course, newspaper review will be hitting you. I got Zenret looking really good this morning. Zenret, what's the latest in the news? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Ian Ray and Ademola. And here's the morning news. The Media and Publicity Subcommittee of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first anniversary has released the first phase of the timetable for activities lined up to mark the event. The first anniversary schedule of events is expected to begin on Wednesday, 22nd May 2024, with a World Press Conference aimed at projecting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration's achievements and future plans. The World Press Conference will be held at the National Press Center Radio House, Abuja, at 10 a.m. Following this, sectoral updates focusing on each ministry's specific accomplishments and goals will continue until Friday, 24th May 2024. All briefing activities will be held at the National Press Center Radio House, Abuja. Now, the Senate has engaged stakeholders on a bill which calls for a 300% salary increase for judicial officers at federal and state levels.
An attempt and an initiative to improve the lot of the judiciary to the benefit of the judiciary in particular and Nigerians in general.
A focus on judicial reform is not only about judicial remuneration. In consultation with the judiciary and other key stakeholders, we are also interested in ensuring a holistic review of our judicial system.
Meanwhile, the National Judicial Council is determined to empower judicial officers across the country for speedy dispensation of justice. This development is one of the low-hanging fruits of the just concluded National Summit on Justice. The latest effort is the induction course for the newly appointed judicial officers of the lower courts.
I assure you that you have joined the bench at a time where several notable reforms are being made and many challenges which the judiciary has faced over time are now being lightly addressed.
The House of Representatives has resolved to set up a technical advisory committee that will look into the condition and safety of aircrafts in the presidential air fleet. The Chairman House Committee on National Security and Intelligence, Ahmad Satomi, stated this after a meeting between members of the committee and the Commandant of the Presidential Air Fleet, as well as representatives of the Office of the National Security Advisor. The House resolves to investigate the state of the Presidential Air Fleet following media reports of an alleged faulty aircraft in the fleet.
We need something that will represent our image.
President Bola Tinubu extends condolences to the government and people of the Islamic Republic of Iran over the passing of President Ibrahim Raisi, Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian, and other officials in a helicopter crash. Tragedy, describing President Raisi as a leader who was passionately committed to the development of Iran. While commiserating with the bereaved families, President Tinubu prays for continuous peace, stability and prosperity of the Iranian nation. On behalf of the government and people of Nigeria, the President assures the Islamic Republic of Nigeria's support and prayers in this moment of grief. And Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has appointed Vice President Mohammad Mokbar as acting president following the death of President Ibrahim Raisi in a helicopter crash, as world leaders send in condolences. Those are the highlights of the news at this time. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Ademola and Ian Ray after the commercial break. Please stay with us.